So what's going on, guys? My name is MrDalekJD, and today we have some Call of Duty Zombies comic news. Now, I feel like since the release of the timeline and Zombie Chronicles, the interest in the comic has fluctuated, because as soon as that timeline came out, it basically told us a little bit about how the story ends with our transit crew, or Victor's crew as they're now called, inside of the comics, but there are various details and bits here and there which are extremely useful, which we still don't know, which we will know from the comics. And this next issue comes out June 21st, which is not long away at all, and we have a preview of it for you guys. So let me know down below in the comment section, what do you think? Are you still interested in the comic? Are you still buying every single one and getting excited by the story? Let me know. And definitely with the ending of issue 4, it is very juicy. So before I read and show you this preview, I'll give you a quick recap of issue 4 in case you haven't seen or read it already, and if you don't want to, then just click through to the video to skip ahead. But if you're watching, this is pretty much a spoiler anyway. But anyway, it starts off with the Victor's crew eventually finding a large facility, with each of them finding a cottage to hide in, waiting to ambush the hordes. And as the zombies approach, the four open fire, kill various zombies, forcing a Nazi zombie to lead the horde and retreat, which is the Undead Richtofen. Later, Misty keeps watch while Marlton figures out the power system in the area, and Russman cooks a meal for all of them except Stuhlinger, who wanders off and talks to Richtofen of the situation. He then discovers objects that he touches turn to ashes, as Richtofen reveals that they are within a tangent timeline, without human life, prior to the arrival of Dr. Maxis, who set up the base here. The appearance of the crew accelerates the collapsing of the timeline. Richtofen points Stuhlinger towards a door at the base, saying that this is what they're here for, but immediately stops him as he attempts to enter, saying that he must convince the others. Stuhlinger returns to find the others, who are happily enjoying their meals, of the nature of this dimension, but he fails. He freaks out as Misty tries to comfort him, prompting Marlton to hold him at gunpoint. Russman also attempts to protect Stuhlinger by pointing a gun at Marlton, while Misty tries to calm everyone. Zombies then attack out of nowhere, despite Marlton's claim of the security alarm having been fixed. Stuhlinger then goes and ignores Richtofen's request and heads off to the room alone, where he finds the zombies making way for him to enter rather than stopping him. Stuhlinger breaks into the room and breaks the glass compartment containing the chronorium, but then finds that he has triggered the security system in place, releasing various zombies with cybernetic enhancements. And that's where we're left off. These cybernetic zombie enhancements, which seem to be in some sort of test tubes, which get released when the alarm gets switched of the chronorium being picked up, is really interesting. So issue 5, where the transit crew find themselves in an unfamiliar location, scattered and disorientated. And as they face a new type of enemy, it becomes clearer than ever that they need each other to survive. Stuhlinger and Russman aren't used to having teammates, but Misty and Marlton will have to convince them to band together if they all want to make it. And as you can see from the cover issue, it seems to be focused primarily on Misty. And even from this preview alone, it starts off with Misty getting in some deep trouble. So without any further delay, let's jump straight into this preview. And I don't know if this starts directly at the start of the issue or at some point into it, but we'll start anyway. I believe it would be wise to reconvene in a more hospitable location. Now where the hell is Misty going? Stay together, I'm gonna try and get a better view on things. Go, go, go! Various shooting of zombies, of course. Oh god, and this is where things get very bad. We have an introduction of a new type of zombie. This is a new cybernetic zombie that we did not see in the final shot of the previous comic. And this has superhuman strength. Well, I guess we could call it super undead strength, because it's got some sort of metal cyber arm which completely destroys the roof that Misty was standing on, where she falls through. Not good! Misty! We can't get to her. Russman needs to keep himself alive. I just need help. She doesn't die like this. I need her. Misty! We've got to go. Every Russman for himself. Russman hates camping. I believe that I have a potential remedy for these newest opponents. The lab! We need to get back to the lab. We need to work together. You need to... Stop! Have it your way. Boom. So there we have it. A pretty short preview, But as you can tell from that, they have a new kind of zombie threat, which is trying to destroy them. Stuhlinger has clearly learnt the error of his ways from the previous issue by realising that he can't cheat or betray Richtofen. He needs to abide by him in order for the events to follow the way they should. And that's why he points out saying that Misty doesn't die like this, because he knows, or maybe has been told how Misty is supposed to die, how they're all supposed to die, and he mentions that he needs Misty, which is why he's showing they all need to band together. He's still got the Chronorium in hand, which is great, and he's rushing everyone to try and get back into the lab, which he just went into to get the Chronorium. Misty gets approached by this new cybernetic zombie. It looks absolutely horrifying. It picks her up, and the only way for this situation to deal with itself is for her to shoot a gas canister, which causes a huge explosion, and we don't know if Misty is okay or not from this. If she's on the cover, we can assume that she is, but we have no idea what this event is going to do, because it seems like it may split up the rest of the crew. We have no idea. Misty could be in a very bad way. She could be potentially injured from this, potentially even die. We have no real idea. We know that they end up being put on ice, so we know she's definitely not dead, but something bad could really happen to Misty here. But judging by the synopsis of this issue, Misty's fine. All the characters get into the lab and they find some sort of teleporter or rift which takes them into an unfamiliar location, which is exactly what lines up well with the plot of this comic. And I feel that Richtofen's honesty with Stuhlinger and Stuhlinger's honesty to follow and abide by Richtofen's orders will, just alleviate even more in this issue. It's going to be so crazy to see the interaction, and this is really building up to the finale, because the next comic issue after this is the final issue, my friends, which is going to involve us going to Mob of the Dead and the 4 Victus crew being put on ice. It's going to be amazing to see this in comic form. I absolutely cannot wait. If you enjoyed the video, you found it informative, you're excited for the comic, drop the video a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. It only takes a second of your time, and I really would appreciate that. Again, drop all your thoughts. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you keep yourself up to date with the latest news and videos. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming up on the channel this week, and I mean a lot. You want to make sure you have the notifications on for this one, and make sure you're following my Twitter down below as well to keep yourself updated in case the videos don't appear in your notifications. But thank you for watching. You've been amazing as always. I'll catch you next time.